Welcome, YouTubers. This is the health class number 13. And I always go through the basics in the beginning of class for those who don't remember, for those who never learned it, for those who don't know. We are living in a very interesting time of life where even fruits and vegetables have to say non-GMO, and even those we wonder about because sometimes I'll go to buy bananas in the store and they're green and they don't even turn yellow. They turn like green and brown, which makes me wonder just how natural they are. But what is GMO and what is that all about? We'll give it 2 minutes. And that is generically modified organisms. What is that? The scientists took the seeds of plants into a laboratory, and they changed the generics or the DNA of the seed in order that it should grow more plants, in order that it should stop the bugs from wanting to eat it because it's harmful to their digestive system. There's a lot of study being done in today's world as to the possibilities of the fact that a lot of the autoimmune diseases in today's world, chas v'shalom, are being caused by this corruption because plants were God made, Hashem made them. And then man came along and made them from God made to man made. And they won't even let the government mark. The government won't even let them mark when it's a corrupted plant. So, because there's a lot of craziness going on in the world around us. So, non-GMOs are very important to try to find. I think it's safer to can things like there are canned fruits and vegetables, even by companies like Del Monte, which they have Heckscher. But the good thing is that they are now bringing non-GMO products. But the things that are fresher or that are brought in by maybe Walmart or some of the supermarkets or whatever, it's slightly questionable as to how true it is what it says. But we don't really have much option on that. Okay, so we need to stick with GMOs most of the time, and it does make a difference. But we're going to go through various things tonight. One of them is that we also went through in prior weeks about minerals and vitamins. So, what's the whole agenda on that? Well, for the body to absorb vitamins, it needs minerals. In order for the body to absorb minerals, the body naturally produces something called it's called betaine hydrochloric acid. Okay. Hydrochloric acid the body produces naturally when a person is young. As they get older, their body could produce less. If it produces less, it could affect, chas v'shalom, the digestive system, because the body needs acid to digest food. Unlike what we were taught for many years in televisions and commercials and things that, husband, if you could take that into the other room, that music is disturbing my thinking. How long should I wait? Just hang it up. Hang it up, and if they won't, let them call me. Okay. Here's the whole Megillah. So, what we heard on televisions and things were, a person has what they call heartburn. take an antacid. Well, antacid is the exact opposite of what a person needs, because the reason they're having what they call heartburn is from a lack of acid in the stomach. And the body needs acid in order to do the digestive process. So, they now make in supplement form betaine, Betaine, HCI, hydrochloric acid. And that is what the body can be supplemented on in order for the digestive system to work properly. Also, it is a prerequisite for minerals to absorb into the body. And with the minerals comes the vitamins. A person could be fat as a horse and be starving to death because their body is not absorbing the vitamins from the food that they're consuming because of all of this. Now, why would the body have a deficit of mineral? There is a chemical that was created in California. In fact, there are mega lawsuits about it. And it is called glyphosate. The company name for it is called Roundup Ready. It's used by farmers and people in their yards for the bugs not to eat the plants. But it evaporates into the air, and it's all kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? They patent it as an antibiotic. It's sold as a pesticide, and it evaporates into the air so that it goes into the rainwater, into the rivers, and they even found it in the milking mothers' milk that have babies. And what does that stuff do? It is a mineral chelator. What does that mean? That it takes minerals out of the body. Therefore, those minerals have to be supplemented and replaced. And if you look, like on koshervitamins.com or wherever you look for your supplements, you will find that in today's world, most multivitamins now say multivitamin and mineral, where years ago they didn't even think twice about minerals. But because of all this craziness going on in the world around us, that is now the norm, as we call it. That's not what the class is about tonight. I've taught those things in prior classes, but for those who have not attended other classes, I wanted to give a little touch on that because that's something everybody should know. And if you heard it once and you need to hear it again, all our classes, the health classes, are listed in YouTube under the channel called Yiska Levinson. That's Yischah, and the last name Levinson. And all the current videos say 2022, which all the health classes started in 2022. We also have older Torah classes, which are 5 or 10 minutes long only, and those are 2020, I think. Anyway, let me continue on, because what I discovered in the past few days is phenomenal. Okay, everybody knows that melatonin is what the body produces naturally that causes a person to sleep. What happens is, when the room gets darker, the body automatically produces more melatonin. Therefore, in a time when a person is going to sleep, they should lower the lights in the room that they're in so that the body starts to work on sleepiness. Melatonin is also an anti-aging. It comes in supplements, 3 milligram, 5 milligram. The problem with supplements is if the body gets used to having supplement, it will demand more and more. So it's better to use natural foods for melatonin. What natural foods have melatonin? Believe it or not, eggs have melatonin. Nuts have melatonin. Let me see if I wrote down quite a few things here. See if I can find it. Okay. Foods. Did I write the foods down? Okay. Green and yellow veggies have melatonin. Milk has melatonin. So it's amazing because a couple months back, I was thinking to myself, when people are babies, so the parents put milk in a bottle and give the baby milk, and the baby drinks the milk and falls asleep. I thought maybe my body's used to being trained like that since I was a baby, and I started drinking some milk before I went to bed. And it worked like a charm, boy. Right out sleeping. So I then, later on, as I'm studying all this, find out that milk has melatonin. So, if you're not flacic, a glass of milk before you go to bed is awesome. It also it has milk and meat, of course not together, have all the vitamins. And it's amazing, but there was a wonderful Jewish scholar by the name of said, "Let thy food be thy medicine." And as we've learned about it in today's world, we have foods instead of medicines and supplements. Certain foods are preventative and certain foods are healing. Let's hear what my internet associate tells me about foods that have melatonin. Hey Google, what foods have melatonin?
Got it. I've got a recipe called Reishi Chamomile Elixir from Carrie
Google,
Axelrod.
No.
This recipe serves one and takes about 15 minutes to make.
Hey Google,
Does that sound good?
No.
No problem. To choose a different one, just use Google search to find a recipe on your phone and tap the cook button below it.
Oy. Hey Google, what foods not are made natural?
According to Wikipedia, food is any substance consumed to provide nutritional support for an organism. Food is usually of plant, animal, or fungal origin and contains essential nutrients such as carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, or minerals.
No.
Sorry, I don't understand.
What, the N or the O you don't understand?
I'm going up there.
What are you doing?
Australia.
Oh, go with Hashem and come back safely. Mine. Okay. So, let's try this again. Hey Google, what natural foods? Natural.
On the website healthychildren.org,
No.
they say,
You
natural
don't-
foods are free of synthetic or artificial ingredients or additives. Do you want a little more context?
No. Forget it. Oy vey. You want to be a pain tonight? You're doing a good job. All right, let's do this a different way. Melatonin happens to be good for a lot of different things. We'll try in a little while to see if we get this thing to answer me correctly. There are various things that melatonin does. It works with blood pressure. It works with let me see. I wrote a whole list here. Okay. There's melatonin in red light. What is red light? When a person lights a candle, they are projecting what's called red light. And it's a type of infrared. Also, if a person sits by a fireplace or has a bonfire outside, the fire itself is considered red light or red fire and gives the body melatonin. That's why when a person sits by a fireplace or a bonfire or something like that, it's very warming and resting and anti-stress. But more so, when we light candles Friday night for Shabbos, is also a form of infrared light. Interestingly enough, the blue lights that are projected from the cell phones or the computers can decrease the level of melatonin in the body. Overeating can be a hindrance to people sleeping in the evening. And that in today's world, if people are listening to news reports before sleep is not a good idea, as there's a lot of stressful things going on. I personally do not drink anything with caffeine after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I have a cutoff point. So as to guard my sleep at night, that I should be very rested. Now, melatonin is produced by the pineal gland, which is in the brain. This is also interesting. So, the pineal gland in the brain, like I said, the body when a person is younger produces it naturally. My husband eats different nuts before he goes to bed at night, and I drink a glass of milk. Both of those things have melatonin naturally in them and will cause the body to sleep. Now, if we do natural things that have melatonin, the body doesn't expect more and more and more. It just takes what it needs, and that's it. The same way vitamin C. I hear a lot of people, they have what I call a chemical mentality. All these years that we grew up, the pharmacy, Bayer aspirin and all these, we could trust them, and we took, if people had a headache, they took this and whatever. But in today's world, everything is not what it used to be, and you have to be very careful. Doctors are brainwashed with trips to the Bahamas and whatever for prescribing their drugs, the pharmaceuticals. And then the pharmaceutical companies do not make money on healing people. So they make drugs in order to sustain illness so that they can sell their stuff. It's a money mentality world around us. Even I wouldn't be surprised if the leader of this country is being paid off by China for what's going on. And we won't even go there. But the point is that it's very important to find what natural supplements. I was talking about vitamin C. What about vitamin C? The body will take what it needs now. If a person was to take, let's say, 2,000 milligram of vitamin C, it's better to take 1,000 in the morning and 1,000 in the evening. Why? Because the body will take what it needs and the rest comes out with the liquid of the body. So if a person took it in the morning and the evening, then they get double help to the body. Now, vitamin C everybody knows it's good for the immune system. But do you know that it's also good to remove free radicals? And free radicals are something the body produces that are not good to hold on to. Let's try this again. Hey Google, the definition of free radicals in the body.
On the website cancer.gov, they say, a type of unstable molecule that is made during normal cell metabolism. Free radicals can build up in cells and cause damage to other molecules, such as DNA, lipids, and proteins. People also sometimes ask me, what are free radicals in simple terms? Do you want to hear the answer?
Yes.
On the website nih.gov, they say, A free radical can be defined as any molecular species capable of independent existence that contains an unpaired electron in an atomic orbital. The presence of an unpaired electron results in certain common properties that are shared by most radicals. Many radicals are unstable and highly reactive.
Okay, so let's continue on. Welcome, all newcomers. There are various things that we can do to up the natural production in the body of melatonin. And melatonin is the natural substance the body produces so a person sleeps well at night. We have also found out that magnesium up to 400 or 500 milligrams in supplement form is an excellent way for, it's not a sleeping pill, but if a person takes it like late afternoon or early evening, it definitely mega time helps the sleeping process. And we are talking now about sun. The sun has vitamin D, and when we go out in the sun, even if our face is the only thing that gets it, that exposure to the vitamin D from natural sunlight makes the body recycle and produce melatonin at its proper time. So vitamin D, whether it's D3 supplements and or sunlight, is excellent. Some people tell me, oh, can I take? Well, let me tell you something. There's a Dr. Berg on YouTube who talks about that they have learned scientifically that excess vitamin D3 can keep arteries and veins running clear without clog. So besides the fact that it works with the C for the immune system, we also find out, and I personally, maxivitamin, which is a kosher vitamin, makes the little tiny pills of 5,000. Here it is, Maxi D3, and it says 5,000 IU, which is 125 mcg. Not sure what all these guys are, but it works. I take 2 of these every morning, so that's about 10,000. And then vitamin C, I have supplements that are 1,600 milligram. Is it milligram? And I take 2, one in the morning and one in the evening. Yeah, mg, 1,600. Vitamin C is another mega supplement that helps a lot of different parts of the body, and they keep finding things that it does. Besides the fact that it helps the immune system and it keeps the arteries and veins clear, it has also been learned that vitamin C is anti-aging. Wow, good stuff. No? Please look back at our other classes that are listed on the YouTube channel, because I have 1 week where I talked about the supplements for anti-aging. I have 1 week where we were talking about immune system supplements. There's all different, there's a lot to learn about natural and foods and the way to keep ourselves healthy, not needing pharmaceuticals, doctors, things that, I'll tell you what, my personal opinion is that doctors and are good for an emergency. God forbid there should be one, but not for anything else. Anyway, going on. So magnesium, B3 and B6, folate, B12, and calcium are other vitamins that are needed for the body to produce the melatonin in the pineal gland. It also needs tryptophan, right? And that you can get naturally in milk protein. And I can't read my own writing as to what I wrote there, but okay. Green and yellow veggies produce melatonin as well. So, melatonin is something the body does for sleep. Older people have a little bit of a challenge with sleeping sometimes because the body produces less melatonin. You can refresh the level of melatonin with foods, natural foods, milk, nuts, green veggies, and things on that level, even eggs. A person could eat a couple of boiled eggs before bed, and eggs have melatonin, interestingly enough. Okay, so let's go on to the next agenda here, and that is there are natural substances that are natural antibiotics. One of them is oregano, and I use oregano to make salad dressings because if you take some fresh garlic cloves or little things, and if you take a hammer, you can smash it, and it'll pop the cover off of it, so it's much easier to peel. I learned that in Puerto Rico. And then you put all the little cloves, maybe about 7 of them or 6, in a baby food processor with olive oil and salt, and it makes a paste. And that paste can go into the fridge for months. But you take a couple of good big tablespoons, like 4 of them, put it in a bowl with some mayonnaise, and I suggest nowadays they make avocado oil mayonnaise, or you can look on YouTube to make, usually on Pesach, we make homemade mayonnaise in order to be pasted. Or in these days now, even Kraft is making with Heckscher olive oil and avocado oil mayonnaise. Do not use car oil mayonnaise, which we used to use years ago and didn't know it had any other effect on the body. We want to use olive oil, avocado oil. Now, olive oil can go rancid at high temperatures. So if you're going to cook with olive oil, you have to put a little avocado oil mixed with it, because avocado oil, you can fry things and everything. Going on. So we are now talking about the natural antibiotics. Oregano is one of them. You can take a couple spoons of that garlic paste and mayonnaise, and you put some oregano in there, and you have and a little bit of water. You make it the consistency of a salad dressing, and it's yummy, yummy. Salt, of course. Also, rosemary has some mega vitamin health perspective. Let me see if this thing will cooperate. Hey, Google, the health benefits of rosemary.
On the website flushinghospital.org, they say, rosemary is considered a cognitive stimulant and can help improve memory performance and quality. Do you want a little more context?
Yes, memory. Ooh. Yes.
Rosemary is a rich source of antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds, which are thought to help boost the immune system and improve blood circulation. Rosemary is considered a cognitive stimulant and can help improve memory performance and quality. It is also known to boost alertness, intelligence, and focus.
Wow, talk about good stuff, boy, especially for people that are over 40. So, and rosemary works like oregano as far as you can put it in. And let me give you another great recipe. I boil up some pasta, and I take a couple spoons of that stuff I told you to make in the baby food processor, which are cloves of garlic, olive oil, and salt. And I put, wonderful, Bubby Miriam, better late than never. So glad you're there. She was the inspiration for this class. Anyway, so we take a baby food processor. Garlic is a natural antibiotic. We put some cloves of garlic in there, maybe about 7 or 8, or even fill it halfway up. Put some olive oil and salt, turn it into a paste, and it stays in the fridge for quite a few months. You take a couple tablespoons of that, mix it with some healthy mayonnaise. As we said, the mayonnaise should be made with either avocado oil or olive oil, and even Kraft is making with OU Heckscher olive oil and avocado oil mayonnaise. So you put in some mayonnaise, couple tablespoons, and add little by little, drip by drip, some water until you get the consistency of salad dressing. And with that, you can you can put it on salad, which spinach happens to be a mega powerhouse. I must share that. Hey Google, the health benefits of spinach.
On the website webmd.com, they say, spinach has vitamins and minerals like vitamin E and magnesium that support your immune system. Do you want a little more context?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Spinach has vitamins and minerals like vitamin E and magnesium that support your immune system. This system keeps you safe from viruses and bacteria that cause disease. It also defends your body from other things that can hurt you, like toxins.
In other words, it's like a detoxer. And I'm glad that he mentioned that because cilantro, which by itself might be a little strange, but you can also put leave a little bit of the garlic paste in the bottom of the food processor and wash some cilantro and put it in there in the processor with all of that. And cilantro will make, with a little bit of mayonnaise and water, an awesome salad dressing as well. And that same stuff that we would call salad dressing, you can throw it on plain pasta and it makes the most awesome pasta, okay, for a quick meal and a healthy meal. And so we find out that oregano, rosemary, and garlic are all natural antibiotics. That's what we want to use, natural things for the body. Okay, let's go on. We spoke about melatonin in the beginning of class. This class and all health classes are recorded on the YouTube channel. And if you missed any part of it, you can go back and look it up. This is class number 13. So, interestingly enough, MSM is sulfur. The body also has need of sulfur. Most people don't even know it exists. In a supplement, it would be called MSM. So, and interestingly enough, coffee has MSM. And MSM is good to eliminate free radicals. A little while ago, we were talking about how the body produces free radicals in the process of cleansing cells or whatever, but free radicals, God forbid, could be harmful to the body. So there are various things that remove these free radicals. One is a higher dosage of vitamin C. And like I said, vitamin C should be taken. If you're going to take 1,000 for the day, then take 500 in the morning and 500 at night. If you take 2,000 for the day, 1,000 in the morning and 1,000 at night, or even to break it into 3 dosages if you have the time and effort. But MSM also removes free radicals from the body. Let's learn a little bit about what is MSM. Hey Google, the definition of MSM or sulfur in the body.
On the website webmd.com, they say, MSM is a potent anti-inflammatory commonly used to treat osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, tendinitis, and tenosynovitis. Some people use MSM to treat gastrointestinal disorders like constipation, hemorrhoids, and diverticulosis. I also found an answer to this question. What is MSM sulfur good for? Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
On the website versusarthritis.org, they say, laboratory studies have found that MSM has anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. Sulfur, which is a major component of MSM, plays an important role in making collagen and glucosamine, both of which are vital for healthy bones and joints, and in the production of immunoglobulins, which help your immune system.
So take notice that MSM is needed for the production of collagen. Collagen is an anti-aging substance that keeps the skin from wrinkling, and there are two things that work very well for anti-wrinkles. One is to have enough collagen, and that you can supplement on collagen supplement. And also, I have a cream in the bathroom, and I buy a very low-cost one. For those who would like to know where to get it from, call me after class. I'd be glad to read the label for you and the phone number and whatever. But progesterone is a cream that every time I shower, when I finish, I put it on under my eyes, over my eyes, on my neck, on the top of my hands. And I have recommended it to many people. And people call me back freaked out about how great it is and what a difference it's made. So I also highly recommend as anti-aging for the skin outside progesterone cream. Okay, going on. Let's find out if there are any foods that have MSM sulfur in them. Let me see how to ask the right way. Hey Google, are there foods that have MSM sulfur?
On the website healthyeating.sfgate.com, they say, this sulfur-containing compound naturally occurs in high concentrations in many plants and herbal remedies, such as horsetail. Plant foods that are typically high in MSM include Brussels sprouts, garlic, onions, asparagus, legumes, kale, and wheat germ. I also found an answer to this question. Do foods contain MSM? Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
On the website medicalnewstoday.com, they say, methylsulfonylmethane, or MSM, is a naturally occurring compound in foods such as fresh vegetables, meat, and dairy products. MSM provides a source of natural sulfur, which plays a role in many of the body's processes. People may consume MSM via supplements.
Excellent. So you have an option, supplement or foods, natural foods. And the good thing about supplements is at least we know how much we're taking. And food, you have no idea how much you're consuming. But foods are definitely more natural. So the next thing we're going to touch on in today's class is NAC. That's like Nancy, apple, and candy. NAC is a supplement that has a lot of benefits. They're even, the government's considering changing it from a natural supplement into something that needs a prescription, but it has many, many benefits. And what they recently discovered about NAC is that it's a cure for COVID. Holy sugar. Anyway, let's find out a little more information. Hey Google, the health benefits of NAC.
On the website webmd.com, they say, NAC helps to replenish glutathione levels in the body. It also aids in regulating glutamate. These functions may help to improve brain health and benefit people with conditions such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's diseases. NAC may help with psychiatric disorders and addictive behaviors. I also found an answer to this question. Is it okay to take NAC every day? Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
On the website pharmacytimes.com, they say, twice daily administration or 3 times daily administration is commonly recommended by the manufacturers. There is no recommended daily allowance for NAC because unlike vitamins, it's not an essential nutrient. The dosage used to prevent radiocontrast dye damage is 600 milligrams to 1200 mg every 12 hours for 48 hours.
Okay. question. Hey Google, is NAC found in foods, natural foods?
On the website huffinesinstitute.org, they say NAC is made by the human liver by altering the amino acid cysteine and can be found in high-protein foods, such as meat, fish, seafood, chicken, or turkey. People also ask me, can you get NAC naturally? Want to hear the answer?
Yes.
On the website livestrong.com, they say, N-acetylcysteine, or NAC, has gotten lots of buzz recently for all of its potential health benefits. While NAC is only available in supplement form, this amino acid is found naturally in foods in its cysteine form.
Excellent. Very good. Now, there's also something going around in today's world around us. We remembered that that the glyphosate or Roundup Ready is a mineral chelator, as we spoke about it in the beginning of class, which means that it takes minerals out of people's body, and it's in the air, it's in the water because it's in the rain and in the rainwater, which falls into the rivers and da-da-da-da. And as it's a mineral chelator, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that calcium and D3 are minerals. So there are a lot of people in today's world that have depression. Now, depression can be from a deficiency in vitamin D3. But here's something interesting that people don't necessarily think about. And that is that it is imperative as a person who is committed to Hashem and his Torah to be ongoing, permanently and perpetually judge our thoughts. We have to have what I call inner eyeballs. In other words, we have to be watching what we think. We have to be watching what we're going to say, because the fastest way to make a thought into a physical reality is through words. We create with our words. As the Eibishter said, let there be light, and there was light. He gave all Yidden the power to create from words. People don't think about that, and they say whatever. And I believe that the pitchfork guy or the Yetzer Hara takes advantage of people's disregard of that. So we need to have inner eyeballs watching three things: what goes on in the mind, getting rid of everything that is not positive and beneficial, including if a person said they had a headache. So they should start verbalizing, I don't have any headache. I'm fine. I will always be fine because Hashem is my healer. And verbalize the opposite. If a person doesn't go and tell a person near them or a neighbor or whatever that they have what that is, then it will go away. But if they start telling somebody else they have certain symptoms, they have just received the package, and now they have to deal with it. So learn that even thoughts is the beginning of, we want only the manifestation of goodness in our lives by choosing our thoughts wisely. But going on, the next thing that we are thinking about and learning on is what's called what vitamins are water soluble and what vitamins are oil soluble, and what's the difference and why. Water soluble vitamins, such as vitamin C, go in to the body. The body takes what it needs in that moment, and the rest comes out in the liquid in the bathroom. Oil-soluble vitamins are different. Oil-soluble vitamins most of the time, the body will retain some of it to be used at a later time. So, let's see if we can get some information from my buddy over here. And by the way, potassium is another mineral. Remember the mineral chelator. We have to be on watch because you know what potassium is for? It balances the water in the body. And people that have swollen fingers or get swelling or whatever, it's because of an imbalance in potassium in the body. And I personally take at least 4 99 milligram potassium supplements every morning. Plus I eat bananas, plus, because it is a very important electrolyte nutrient in the body. Hey Google, what vitamins are water soluble?
On the website ufmhealth.org, they say, water-soluble vitamins include vitamin C and the B vitamins, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, pantothenic acid, B6, biotin, folic acid, and B12. Fat-soluble vitamins. These vitamins are stored in the body's cells and do not pass out of the body as easily as water-soluble vitamins do. I also found an answer to this question, which is not water-soluble vitamin. Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
On the website healthline.com, they say, the fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, and K. Vitamins can be classified based on their solubility. Most are water-soluble, meaning they dissolve in water. In contrast, the fat-soluble vitamins are similar to oil and do not dissolve in water.
There you go. So here's what else we're going to talk about. We have about 15 minutes left of class. This class is usually an hour long. If people come in and have questions or comments or good sayings, whatever the case may be, and they're on the Zoom, we have the audio open. So if anybody in the visitors would like to ask any questions or make any comments, you're more than welcome. This is an interactive class. This is not I teach and you listen. This is I bring up different subjects. And if you have any questions or comments, they're welcome. Okay. The next supplement we're going to talk about is taurine. Taurine. Hey Google, the definition of taurine supplement.
On the website mayoclinic.org, they say, taurine, an amino acid important in several of the body's metabolic processes, is thought to have antioxidant properties. But little is known about the effects of long-term supplemental taurine use. Taurine is found naturally in meat, fish, dairy products, and human milk, and it's also available as a dietary supplement. People also sometimes ask me, are taurine supplements safe? Do you want to hear the answer?
Yes.
On the website healthline.com, they say, taurine has been shown to have several health benefits, such as a lower risk of disease and improved sports performance. It is also very safe and has no known side effects when taken in reasonable doses.
Oh, Hashem. Okay, here we go. Next supplement. CoQ10. CoQ10 comes, I have it in combination with PQQ. That's what I have it like. And it is a mega important supplement for what I call the over-the-hill gang. And that's people over 40. And let's find out what it does. Hey Google, what is CoQ10 good for?
On the website webmd.com, they say, Coenzyme Q10 is most commonly used for conditions that affect the heart, such as heart failure and fluid buildup in the body, chest pain, and high blood pressure. It is also used for preventing migraine headache, Parkinson's disease, and many other conditions.
Hey Google, PQQ, what is it good for?
On the website naturalfactors.com, they say, PQQ protects cells in the body from oxidative damage and supports the metabolism of energy and healthy aging. It is also considered a novel cofactor with antioxidant and B vitamin-like activity. It promotes cognitive health and memory by combating mitochondrial dysfunction and protecting neurons from oxidative damage. People also sometimes ask me, what does PQQ do for your body? Do you want to hear the answer?
Yes.
On the website webmd.com, they say, studies show that PQQ raises blood flow to the cerebral cortex.
Wow.
This is the part of your brain that helps with attention, thinking, and memory. This supplement also seems to prevent memory problems in older people, sleep and mood.
So, as you can see, it's a very important thing. Hey Google, what does potassium do for the body?
On the website hsph.harvard.edu, they say, its main role in the body is to help maintain normal levels of fluid inside our cells. Potassium also helps muscles to contract and supports normal blood pressure.
Excellent. So it's a very important. Now, salt and the potassium they balance it out. In other words, it balances out the electrolytes, the water in the body. It keeps the body hydrated, and it when it's balanced correctly, keeps the body from swelling. People that have swelling problems is probably a potassium deficiency. Okay, going on. Hi, Rebbitzin. Thanks for coming in. We're finished.
What time you started?
I started 51 minutes ago. I am on YouTube Live. I am on Zoom. And you can stay on the phone if you like to hear the end, and then I'll email you the beginning.
Thank you.
So we studied in this class about melatonin and what foods have melatonin, and that melatonin is good to help people sleep and how to make the body produce more. And something very interesting until you get to hear the whole class, and that is every night before a person's going to sleep, if they will lower the amount of light that they are sitting in, maybe shut off a few of the lights and make it a little darker the room, that by the time they get to the bed, they're going to sleep easier, because the body produces melatonin, which is what makes a person sleep from darkness when there's not light. Light takes away melatonin. Interesting, no? So we are going through, let me see the list of NAC. Definitely have to hear the class. We went through a lot of different stuff and a lot of natural, what do you call it? Natural supplements and natural things that are phenomenal. Let me see. Regular aspirin is bad for the liver, chas v'shalom. If a person needs what we used to do, we used to take aspirins. We don't take aspirins anymore. Now you get a natural supplement called Willow. Aspirins are made with willow, but they are combined with willow, which is a natural substance, and chemicals. But in today's world that we live in, we can buy willow by itself. It does the same thing as aspirins do, but it has no chemicals in it. It's only natural from Hashem. So this is a very important thing. And I wanted to point out that there is a supplement which I highly recommend for everybody called Boron, Boron. And as people get older, it's also an issue about the bones staying good and strong. And boron works with that. And I'm going to see what my assistant over here will tell us about it. Hey, Google, boron, the health benefits.
On the website purefit.com, they say, the protein and added carbohydrates in the bar can provide energy to get you through your workout or training. They also provide the post-workout nutrition your body requires to build new muscle tissue, fixing whatever minute muscle tears occurred in the course of your exercise.
No.
People also sometimes ask me, are health bars good for you? Do you want to hear the answer?
No, because you misunderstood me. Let me try again. Hey,
Sorry,
Google.
I didn't understand.
Hey, Google, the health benefits of the supplement Boron.
Sorry, I didn't understand, but I found something else. Do you want to know who should not take boron?
Okay. Yes.
On the website verywellhealth.com, they say, at higher doses, skin flushing, convulsions, tremors, vascular collapse, and even fatal poisonings at 5 to 6 grams in infants and 15 to 20 grams in adults have been reported.
Wow.
In addition,
Didn't
boron
know
is
that.
eliminated primarily through the kidneys, so it should be avoided by people with kidney disease or problems with kidney function.
Wow, interesting. Okay. Hey, Google, what supplements can be used for the bones?
On the website webmd.com, they say, calcium and vitamin D are the most important nutrients to bone development, Singer says. Do you want a little more context?
Yes. Yes.
Calcium and vitamin D are the most important nutrients to bone development, Singer says. Your doctor may recommend you take supplements of both, but you can also get them through the foods you eat. After age 50, you should get at least 1,200 milligrams of calcium a day.
Okay. So, both calcium and D3 are minerals. Remember that the air and the atmosphere, thanks to that company in California, is now with something called a mineral chelator. That means that all people have to supplement with vitamins D and calcium, potassium, all the different minerals. Hey, Google, a list of minerals.
I found 3 on the website uwaterloo.ca. Click on a mineral name to learn more about it. Fluorite, gypsum, sodalite, magnetite, copper, quartz, mica, and pyrite, calcite, labradorite.
Okay, that was useless. The ones that we need to know, he didn't mention. Okay. In any case, we're about wrapping up the class. We have 3 minutes left. And we learned that vitamin C removes free radicals from the body. When you take extra vitamin C, what diet supplement sugars? In other words, the aspartame, the Splenda, are not healthy or safe. They are chemicals. They should not be used. If a person needs to have, and even sugar, in the world today, the sack of white sugar that we used to buy for years, that was fine at that time, is now possibly made with GMO beets and different things that can, God forbid, be harmful. So, the safest things to sweeten food with in today's world is non-GMO stevia. Stevia is a leaf from South America. And xylitol, but that has to be how much you use of it. Xylitol is made from the birch tree. And let me see, I had one other one listed here. Here it is. Alcohol sugar. Alcohol sugar, I can't even pronounce what it is, but it would be ERY, urethra, who knows what. But and usually that comes in the diet sugar with the stevia. And that's called alcohol sugar in more layman's terms. Another thing that would be safe to use is monk fruit. Those are the things that are safer for sweetener if you want to sweeten things with. Okay. I believe we're at the end here of what I have notes on. Let me see. Again, things that are good for sleep are melatonin, are magnesium, and melatonin can be increased in the body by the proper amount of vitamin D3 and getting sunlight. And when you light candles for Shabbos, stand in front of the candles for a little while because the candles generate what is called red light or infrared light. That it also helps the body to produce melatonin, interestingly enough. Melatonin has a lot of health benefits. For those who have internet, go into YouTube, type in the word melatonin, and see all the different videos that come up on it. It's unbelievable what they're discovering in today's world that it's good for. Mega amounts of stuff. Hey Google, the health benefits of melatonin.
On the website nccih.nih.gov, they say, what are the health benefits of taking melatonin? Melatonin supplements may help with certain conditions, such as jet lag, delayed sleep-wake phase disorder, some sleep disorders in children, and anxiety before and after surgery. I also found an answer to this question. Is it healthy to take melatonin every night? Do you want to hear it?
No, because I know already what you're going to say.
And me both.
Oy vey. It's not healthy to take supplements every night, but if you drink a glass of milk, if you eat some nuts before you go to bed, or eat a boiled egg, all of those things have melatonin and will help you sleep. Lower the volume of light around you at least an hour to half hour before you go to sleep, and you'll also find that you sleep better.
1 hour to be dark in the room?
Not dark, but like let's say in my living room, I have 4 lights that I put on. So if I shut off 1 or 2 and I leave on 1 or 2, I still have a little light so I can see what I'm doing, but it's not light like normal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, you meant to say not to be too light.
Give me 1 second. Bobby Miriam, call me back in 2 minutes because unless you have something you want to say in the class. Okay. So, what were you saying now? I'm sorry. Oh, here it goes again. Give me a minute. Bobby Miriam, you had something you wanted to say in the class?
Yeah, I had a couple of questions. I've been on since the beginning. I came on when you just started a few seconds before I came on.
Excellent.
Really quick. I was listening the whole time.
Excellent.
So I have a few questions here, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So my first question was, you mentioned a lot about. Sure. So my first question was, you mentioned a lot about.
Oh, we have echoes because of the phone and the internet today.
And the YouTube together. Mm-hmm. So I'll go out into another room when I use the phone.
Try and see if that helps.
I'll go away from the computer.
I'm going to put you on hold for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is it better now?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned a lot about arthritis and for bone deterioration because Gedalia is having a lot of pain from that. And I thought it was NAC, but I'm not sure that you mentioned it that it can have a very good effect for. You said the CQ10.
Here's what I suggest. I'm going to send you a copy of the video, and you can find it on YouTube anytime. It's number 13. If you go into YouTube and do a search for my channel, Yiska Levinson, But I'm going to email you a copy of the class
You don't
anyway.
have to email me, honey, because I have it on my YouTube. I can go to it. I know how to go to it.
Excellent.
You don't have to email me.
Okay, because I spoke about so many different supplements.
Yeah, I know. I took notes on everything.
Good.
There was this particular thing that you mentioned
Mm-hmm.
that is, maybe it was this MSM.
Okay, that's sulfur.
It's anti-inflammatory, and I have it written here.
Give me a second, we can ask again. 1 second. Hey Google, the health benefits of NAC.
On the website webmd.com, they say, NAC helps to replenish glutathione levels in the body. It also aids in regulating glutamate. These functions may help to improve brain health and benefit people with conditions such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's diseases. NAC may help with psychiatric disorders and addictive behaviors. I also found an answer to this question. Is it okay to take NAC every day? Do you want to hear it?
No. Hey Google, the health Hey Google, the health benefits of sulfur MSM.
On the website sinai.org, they say, people who took sulfur baths and other spa therapies saw improvements in their strength, had less morning stiffness, had better walking ability, and experienced less inflammation, swelling, and pain in their joints, particularly in the neck and back. I also found an answer to this question. Can you take sulfur powder orally? Do you want to hear it?
No. Okay. Also, MSM sulfur is found in Epsom salt.
Wow. That's why it helps.
Sorry, I didn't understand, but I found something else. Do you want to know whether Epsom salt contains sulfur?
That's so interesting.
1 second.
You take Epsom salt in your bath.
Sorry,
no.
I don't understand.
Hey Google, no. Go ahead.
That's so interesting.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Boy, he doesn't want to shut up. Give me a minute. Hey Google, no, thank you. I'll let you know if I need you.
No problem.
Okay. Boy, they.
That's so interesting about the sulfur and the Epsom salt, because you know how Jewish people go a lot to sulfur baths, right? As they get older. And also, I know even the Rebbeim, the Admorim of Chabad, would go to places where they had mineral baths, for health purposes. And the Epsom salt, my mother always used it in the bathtub. And I noticed even when I take a shower, I have a bag there next to me, and I just, pour a little bit on my feet, because my feet are the sorest part of my body. I have the most, if I have a place that's aching me at the end of the day, it'll be my feet. And it immediately takes away that feeling. Immediately it relieves it. It's amazing.
And it's a need for health.
The Epsom salt is also good for back pain.
Yes. You make a bathtub, you pour some Epsom salt in there, and you go and relax in the tub for a little bit.
But it's very hard for me getting in a bath, only in the shower. See, that's a problem. So how could she do it? What could she do to be able to have the sulfur on the back?
Well, okay. And I don't have a bathtub. I only have a shower. So what I do is I bought like a bucket. It's like an oblong bucket. And I put the Epsom salt in there, and I run the shower in the bucket. And I put my feet, one foot in and then the other foot, because...
You know what she could do? She could make a bucket like that and pour it over her back.
Yeah, well, I do that too. At the end of the shower, I take a wash cup and I pour it on me. But what I wanted to tell you is everything that touches the skin anywhere in your body enters your whole body. So even if you were to put it on your feet, into your body and therefore help everything.
I can take a towel. And put it and make it with the Epsom salt and put it on my back.
Yes.
Some medicine caps, the Rebbe recommends for so many different things the old-fashioned use of what you're talking about, compresses. We call it a compress. I remember my mother-in-law used the Epsom salt. I remember.
Oh. But it's also a nutrient that's needed for the body. That's the interesting thing. And there are food that have this in there. Listen 1 minute. Hey, Google, what foods have MSM sulfur in them?
I found 10 on the website healthline.com.
Ooh.
MSM rich foods. Here are the first 5. Coffee, beer, tea, raw milk, and tomatoes. Want to hear more?
Yes.
Alright, here's 3 more. Alfalfa sprouts, leafy green vegetables, and apples. To see the whole list, follow the link I just sent to your phone.
Okay, in this world we live in right now, it's very easy to get with Heckscher non-GMO applesauce.
Applesauce?
Yep, and applesauce has sulfur.
You mean the regular applesauce?
Yeah.
The applesauce that you use for the babies?
Yeah, and you can have it as a dessert before you go to bed, or you can.
You know what we like to do? We make comfort.
Yeah.
I'm making a lot of comfort, but it's not the dark applesauce. It's comfort.
Yeah.
But if you make with apples, it's like applesauce.
Exactly.
Okay.
Same thing.
But what is MSM?
It's a more easy name for it is called sulfur. SULFUR. Let's see what the guy over here tells me. Hey Google, the definition of sulfur MSM.
On the website versusarthritis.org, they say, methylsulfonylmethane is a sulfur found in fresh raw foods including fruits, vegetables, and meat. The compound used to treat diseases, MSM, is a white crystalline substance that contains 34% sulfur. You can buy it from high street shops. Sometimes ask me, what are the side effects of using MSM? Do you want to hear the answer?
No. Okay, I just...
Okay.
What kind of store you said you buy them from?
Who are you talking to?
I'm telling you, you said some kind of name of some kind of store that you buy the MSM from?
No, you can get it on anything you want you can get online these days. I have in my house here supplements, MSM supplements. So you can get it in a pill or you can get it through food. Now the good thing about
what is this for? Hello?
yeah. Well, give me a second here to tell you what it says.
But I have my notes that can tell you what you said.
Okay, that
You
works.
said it's a potent anti-inflammatory.
Uh-huh.
You said it's good for things like it fights arthritis.
Uh-huh.
It produces collagen.
There you go. That alone makes it worth it.
It's general anti-aging.
Yeah.
And some of the foods you said that has it is horsetail, Brussels sprouts, kale, wheat germ, legumes, fresh vegetables, meat, and dairy products.
Excellent.
What is collagen? Collagen is a cream or a supplement?
Collagen is in a lot of different foods, but I have collagen supplements.
A cream. Also
You can get it in a cream, but I use progesterone cream.
Yeah, remember.
Okay, so I take collagen in pills, supplements.
The progesterone is a hormone. Can't be like a danger in the progesterone.
No, I use it as a cream. So what I do is I put a little under my eyes, a little on my neck, a little over my eye, and some on the top of my hands every time I shower. I put after the shower, and that's it. Once a day. A little bit.
Is it expensive?
No. So if you'll call me after class, I'll go get the container, and I'll read you the phone number and everything so you can get it. Everybody I have ever recommended it to called me back raving about how great it is. Yeah.
Okay, so then the NAC is not the one for arthritis. It's the MSM, the sulfur. That's good for the arthritis and an anti-inflammatory.
Well, NAC also has its own, like I was saying, NAC is such a a powerful thing that they want to change it.
MSE or MSM?
MSM is sulfur, SULFUR. And the other one is N like Nancy, A like apple, C like candy. NAC. Okay, yeah. So, and that one you can take every day for a little while, and then you need to take a break for a little while. Don't take it for forever. Like maybe take it 1 week yes, 1 week no, or 2 weeks yes, and then 2 weeks no, something like that. Don't be taking it all the time now.
Well, that was my other question. Can you actually overdose on vitamins?
Okay, remember we were talking about in the beginning of class that there's water soluble and oil soluble.
Yeah, I started writing it down, but you spoke so quickly that I couldn't get the specific information. Which were the water soluble? The oil soluble I got is A, D, E, and K. But I didn't get which are the water soluble.
Okay.
Just vitamin C and B6. Other than that, he spoke too quick. I couldn't write it all down.
All right, I can ask him again to quote them all. But basically, water solubles are B vitamins and C.
Okay.
So, and B, we have a whole range, and everybody should be taking B12 because deficiency of B12 is not a party. And B12 is not only good because the body needs it, but it's stronger than having an espresso coffee. So if you're going to take any B vitamins, especially B12, it should be in the morning, only in the morning.
Okay.
Okay.
Years ago, I used to have a problem.
Every day?
Yes, B12 has to be every day. But in the morning. And I take 5,000. Yeah, you hear me? You hear me?
I hear her on the computer, but I think she's not on the phone anymore.
No, both Rebbitzin and I, both of you are on my phone.
Miriam, you're on the phone, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close the class now. Thank you for coming in, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the class. Please come and see us next Sunday. Tomorrow we have a class. Tomorrow we have a class at 4:30 Dakota time or 6:30 New York time. And that will be Torah. And that's on Zoom. And the conference center YouTube Live will not open until an hour later when I come in to teach the class. Tomorrow is all Torah. We teach health only on Sunday nights. Hope you can make it for the Torah classes as well. Tuesday night is Parshat Haftorah, and Thursday night is Halakha. Please join us. Shalom, shalom. Thank you for coming in. So much appreciate your attendance. Zayg Benj.
She has a bit of a liver issue that she has to be very careful with vitamins because with her liver, she can.
Thank you, YouTubers, for coming in. Hope you enjoyed the class. Please come back and see us again. Health is every Sunday night. And then we have Torah all week long, every night. Monday and Wednesday, we start at 4:30, but only on Zoom and Conference Center. And Conference Center is 844-855-4444. And the code to enter the class is 309-6693. And then an hour later, I come in with the YouTube Live. So thanks for coming in, Zayg Benj.
He says it's too much. So it tells you take 2 pills a